How are you guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we'll be looking at this is a workshop layout. It's an introduction Mechanotechnics N4. Please note, guys, if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, may you kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel and click that notification button so that you'll be notified whenever I post a new video. And then can feel free to like and to comment, and feel free to share this to your fellow classmate. May we indulge in this video together. Right. So this is module 1. We are given workshop layout. This is our main chapter, right? Workshop layout is module 1. Okay, what comes in your mind when you're talking about workshop layout? What comes on your mind? Okay, let us indulge here. So what is covered here? We have given what is covered. This module will help you to understand how to plan a workshop, right? How to plan a workshop. Remember, when you want to start something or to establish something, you must have a proper plan. If you want to build a building, you must start by having a plan, right? Then comes the foundation. So you must have a proper plan, right? So which is this now? This will call it as a workshop layout. Okay. Okay, by giving you, you can say workshop layout by giving you the key principle that must be followed, right? It will also gives you the advantage and disadvantage brought about each workshop type and the various types of construction and processes available. So as you can see, guys, uh as you are as you're about to as you're about to manufacture your or as you're about to build your workshop, you must know that there will be some factors that will be included, that whether you like it or not, things like advantages that you will encounter and disadvantages that you will encounter as a workshop, right? You'll encounter there's some troubles that you'll encounter, which you call them negative or disadvantages, right? So right, all because of these processes, because of the various, remember we have various types of construction and processes is it has, we have various ways how can we build or how can we lay out a workshop, and then we have many types of process that will can take place per individual. So without wasting of time, so in this learning outcome, what should we are going to learn in this learning outcome? You must know after studying this module, you should be able to, okay, this is unit 1. Here we have our dots there. List, you must able, after we've done, okay, we'll go through this question together. I'll break them down, all these notes, right? So we have the unit 1, the list the advantages and disadvantages of the workshop. After we've done this, you'll be able to list disadvantages and advantages of a good workshop, right? uh Here again, list the factors. You'll be able to list the factors that should be considered in design of workshop layout, right? So then unit 2 will be able, this is a production one. I will do this separate because this one, the product, this is one of the products. Productivity, we'll discuss about productivity. After this unit 2, you must able to explain the difference between mass, individual, and bunch production. Remember, these are types of products. Unit 3, draw diagram to illustrate the difference between the following process of layout: product, fixed, and process. Give advantage and disadvantages of each layout type. Give examples. Unit 4, draw 2-dimension and 3-dimension models. Unit 5, explain how material are handled in the workshop. Explain what is meant by each of the following: process layout, economic place of various section, high skilled workers, adaptability of inspection methods through through planning of production. So far in this video, us will focus on unit 1. Take note, guys. For this video, we'll focus on unit 1. If you have subscribed, I'll post for unit 2 and unit 3, right? So here, so now we are at unit 1. Then is the introduction. This is unit 1, guys. So introduction, as you've seen, we have some keywords there. Fabrication. What is to fabricate? Is to making or creation or manufacture. If you use to that fancy words, is to manufacture or creation. That's the fabrication. Optimum. When you're talking about optimum, the best possible way to reach success. Your optimum. How can we optimize our resources? Okay, we'll learn about. So introduction. A workshop. What comes in your mind when you talk about the word workshop? What exactly it is workshop? You will understand what is a workshop. So they've written for us, they say may be defined as because we will see they say may be. Someone else can define in a different perspective, but meaning the same way or meaning the same thing. So it's defined as a room. Obviously, you have the building there. It's defined as a room and series of rooms. It's a building that has many rooms or or series of rooms, right? Because remember, this is a workshop there. Here is something like that. Workshop. How if the question comes, say define the workshop. Workshop it's a room and a series of rooms or a building, right, that provides both the space and the tools that are required for fabrication, for creating or making production, making goods. You can say that fabrication. So that is how, guys, this is how you will define a workshop. That is how you're gonna define the workshop. This is the definition for workshop. Guys. This is the definition for workshop. This is how you will define. That is a definition for a workshop. Right. So as you can see, you must not forget this. Oh, sorry about that highlighter. Let me just leave that highlight. Okay. Or you continue or of manufactured goods. Okay, it's fine. We have spoken about that right now. Now, guys, when you plan a workshop, you need to make various factors. You must check various factors. There are factors that you must check. There are various factors that you need to check. Must be taken into consideration. There are factors that must be taken into consideration. E.g., let's say you want to manufacture. You may check various factors, the accessibility of raw material. If you are dealing with a jewelry and you are manufacturing jewelry, you must check what is needed, your resources. Okay, what do you call it? Input. You must always have an input source, right? Before you produce the output source, you must always have an input. So those things must be taken into consideration. The main objective is to make sure that raw materials are processed into finished product with the optimum, as you've seen here, the best possible way to reach success. What you do must succeed. You must not always failing. When you're talking, you must succeed on what you're doing. Remember, if you're always failing, there is a loss. There's a loss and then it's a man. Remember those raw material, you brought them with a price. For e.g., you're supposed to manufacture, they tell you manufacture this necklace and then must be in this size. Then let's say it must be 20 meters long in length. I'm making an example. Then you decide and then you make something which is fifth. Then it's wrong because you did not do what is required. Your precisions, they are wrong. Precisions are wrong. Then, if you're supposed to manufacture that thing according, they've given you an object of this shape, then you make a mistake there, an error. You lost that product. And then because if you're, example, those who are manufacturing clothes, maybe say you're manufacturing Adidas, you're dealing with Nike. If you make mistakes, they suppose those clothes or those goods will be sold at a lower price. Is the one that we get on the street. Some of them not even on the street, on the shops there. They have some little mistake that we if we check, you're supposed to take precision. If you check it accurate, you'll see this is not a Air Force. You'll see all those things. So you must take note of those, must take in consideration of those factors, right? And use of time. The time is important because you must push the production. A space is important. You must have enough space and resources. You must have enough resources, right? Workshop layout, it is the way. Now we're talking about workshop layout. Actually, it's how now you define workshop layout. Remember, there's one here. It's how we have defined the workshop. There at the top, we've defined the workshop here. Right. Now, what about workshop layout? Workshop layout, let's say, is the way in which machines and work benches and storage place, staff facility and administrative office in workshop are placed in relation to one another. That is how you can define, guys. This is how you can define the workshop layout. That's define the workshop layout as is the way in which machine, work, benches or storage place, staff facilities and administrative office in a workshop are placed in relation to one another. This is the definition of an workshop layout. There's a difference between workshop layout and the workshop, guys. Workshop layout, now you have a book. How are you going to lay your pages? Maybe you may flip depending on how you open your is there's a difference now. Your layout. Some others they do 75, 72 pages, too quiet, three quiet. Your layout. Now we're talking about layout. That is how the layout varies there. Okay, so fine, no problem. To have a successful workshop now, for you to succeed in this workshop, to have a successful workshop, prior knowledge, experience, and also thorough planning is required throughout, right? Must through through throughout you'll require planning. It's required the planning throughout the process, right? Prior knowledge and experience, you must learn knowledge, you have learned about this. Experience, you did some practicals, you have learned, you've seen this thing. Also throughout planning, you know how to, you have learned how to, or you have mastered how to plan your things. You must have a planning. You must have a planning. Some of the main factors to consider when planning a successful workshop layout will be dealt with in the section that follows. Okay, it's fine. As you can see, this is not that much important. So here are some typical exam question, what you must know, the actual important notes. But I will show you a simplified one. These are vital notes. By vital, I mean important. These are vital notes. But then the same notes I have the simplified one. Here I will show you here is the simplified one. We'll discuss about the one. Let us first start about the one which are not need are not as even this one are simplified not, but they are not simplified as the one in the bottom. It's the same thing, but those one are simplified one. So from this one, I want to take you through so that you understand this. Right. There are many. Okay. Here, as you see, guys, there are many factors there. There are many factors. Okay, okay. Let me say there are many challenges associated with a poorly planned workshop. Some of which are poorly workshop. If you are dealing with, if you have a poorly workshop, check the poorly workshop. The factors. If your workshop is poor, the factors that you will encounter when you have a poor workshop plan. Okay, we have point one there. Unnecessary if your workshop, if you have a poor workshop, what you'll have unnecessary handling of material and equipment. Why? Since the production goes back and forwards between the process, you have not planned accurately. You have not planned. It's an unnecessary handling of material and equipment. Right. Also, this one is simplified until here. If you write it, maybe until there, like that. Yeah, that one is also simplified. Then, point two. As you can see, workers walk a lot since the transport routes are unnecessarily long. Imagine you create long roads for workers. Imagine your goods that are conveyor belts that you use there to transmit your bulk goods or mass production. They are just long and necessary. Then obviously your workers, they have to be active, too much active unnecessarily. They're supposed to do ups and down, and that will cause them to what, to get tired, to get to reach to the stage of fatigue. Right, they will get tired. So another one, more labor is required since there is a poor worker performance. Oh, this is simplified. These two are simplified. They are very simplified. Simplified this and this. Also, this one is simplified, but you take it, if you write it there, do not use this explanation. Will be wrong. Will be long. Will be long. Then we have limited time on exam. Try to simplify as far as possible, unless you've stated to break it down. Otherwise, so a huge wage bill. Right. Okay, we have explained this. More labor is required since there is a poor workshop. You see, if you have a poor workshop, you don't want to buy material. You don't want to buy machines. Obvious. You'll suppose you don't want to buy even things like flock lifts. People, like, you'll need more laborers that will lift all those goods. You must hire the drivers. If you don't have driver for forklift, many things you must hire there, or you must buy for yourself. You must own a certain stuff there, the material that is supposed to be used. You must own your own things or must hire. But if you have not planned properly, then the result of that, you might end up hiring many people just for small job. Right? A huge wage bill. Obvious, if you have many people, many laborers, as a result, you're supposed to pay those people. If you hire thousands of people, You're supposed to pay them. Obviously, you're supposed to pay them. Then this will resulting from the unnecessary large labor forces. This is the reason. Oh, this is simplified also, guys. You see, you can use your general knowledge, but just take these keywords. You can also combine with your general knowledge, or can apply your own logic here. You understand? So a huge build. Imagine if you hire 50 people and the one that hired 1,000 people, who will, if you see, and then the same, let's say now all of us were working on the same company, but let's say the company differs with branch. I'm the one who's taking care of the other branch, but I lack proper foundation, or I lack a proper workshop layout, and I have a poor planning. I have a poor workshop planning, poor planned workshop. So for me, even though you guys, the company is distributing money for me or is supporting me business wise, the other branches, but I won't elevate that much because I won't manage. I won't, if I don't have proper management. First of place, if you don't have proper management, will lead for you to have a poor planning, because you must have a planning. Then if you don't have a planning, you'll end up, you know, paying a lot of people unnecessary because you lack a knowledge. The knowledge is important, and the experience, right? So yeah, hopefully this you understood this, guys. So right here we have a bottleneck. All right, bottleneck. What bottleneck does? What is the bottleneck? Okay, holds up. It's a hold up, or conjunction is like we mean traffic. This is another way. It's traffic causing. It's a traffic conjunction. It's a traffic holding stagnation, to be stuck. Holds up is a traffic. It's another way you can say traffic. Bottlenecks. Traffic in production line may lead to delay at machines, thus affecting the work in progress. The traffic matter conjunction, when it's a load we lack management, we lack proper planning, actual poor planning. Find out now there's a traffic that is unnecessary. So this traffic in production line, because now we have in production line, things we will find out now. Those machines that we have, you don't have a proper planning, you have a poor planning. The production line might lead to delay. The production line might lead to delay at machines. They are effectively slowly, thus affecting the workday in process wise. Right, is simplified. Even this also, as you can see, space is wasted and the workers get in contact another way due to the resulting conjunction. The space is wasted. There's no enough space if you have a poor workshop planning. There are too much, like it's full of traffic. You have seen those places, you can see there's no management, there's no excellence. If you enter there, you can see there the hammer is floating there downwards. Like this thing is like a proper workshop. It's talking about this thing. As you can see, like uh if you enter there, you see this is, you can see this here. Yeah, this called, it's ups and down. As you can see there, you find out everything there is the mess. So if everything goes around, the space is small, many people that are working there, a lot of plenty people that are there, obviously there will be some traffic there, other people, incident, occurs often, then resulting to accident, all those things. Yes, right. Each stage due to result of construction. Lengthy handling time. The process, everything, when we are dealing with our thing, the process is taking long. Poor time management is poor, will result to poor production. Untied workshop. Untied workshop. You see? And gangways due to shortage of space. Right. So, untied workshop, obvious. We need workshop management, right? Untied workshop, and gangways due to a shortage of space. Yes, if we are clouded, there will be no, you see, it will result as untied workshop, right? Due to a shortage of space, this is a simplified note, and also this one is a simplified one. So, since there is a limited space, you must know frequent accident resulting from heavy traffic of goods and workers. If we have a limited space, obviously there will be traffic. Imagine someone, there's a nickel there. You see all these things, machines, there's proper manure, like people, they are getting the house themselves because they are working heavily, they are touching dangerous, or they are working under hazard, or they are working with hazardous material, because the owner of the workshop, he does not want to buy some good material to do a proper work. So this may result in frequent traffic, small building, small gang up, small rooms of the outlay shop will result to frequent accidents due to collision and conjunction there. Right. Demotivated workers. If you're not working healthy, you see that you put your life in danger, you still want to leave, you'll be demotivated to leave that job because you're putting your life under risk, where else might happen that you're even getting paid a little money. Beside a little money, as you can see, sometimes you came home, your maybe your index finger is got it was hurting, or it was cut by some machine, it was cut by some accident. Many things that take place, you need many things. The machine might fall, or many things, machines, you may collide with the heavy machines there, you see, end up getting injured, so you feel tired, this job is not for you. Due to that, you'll quit the job. Due to the unconductive working condition, you see, your condition is very bad. So yeah, guys, this is a simplified note. So if you can know this, you'll, if they say the question talking about poorly planned workshop, you give them these notes, add your logic then. All right, you add your logic. So yeah, okay, since you have been poorly, I will come out. Okay, I will come here to advantages. I want us to check the simplified notes for this one again, or even this one are simplified. It's up to you which one will you prefer, which one you will prefer. So I have the simplified notes here. Let me zoom in for you guys. Sorry about that. There says symptoms of poor workshop. That we are still under what? Poor workshop layout. Then talking about poor workshop planning there. You can, as you can see, you can recognize a badly planned workshop by the following symptoms. Here, poor planning, badly planned workshop, inadequate control, inadequate control. There is no, there is not enough control or proper control of the workshop. There is no proper control of the workshop. Right, that is the badly. You'll see by what? By no proper control of the workshop. That is the simplified point there. Or transport roads are long. Simply just simplify. Transport roads are long. So you don't have to explain many things. Then here, conjunction of the workshop and material. There is not enough working space for people. You see, and material move about freely. This is to simplify it. We have discussed about this. Still under the same thing. Frequent accident and accident occurs often. Simple. This is simplified. Someone can take this one's notes. Bottleneck in the production line. Somewhere along the production line, there are delays. Simplified point. Under poor planned workshop, unnecessary handling of material and equipment. Nice point also. We've discussed about this. To simplify to manner, lower work performance. We've simplified this. Now these are simplified notes. You can take this one. You can write them on an exam, or you can also even use this one. It's up to you. We are free to even to take this one. It's one and the same thing, guys. So yeah, let me zoom out again. All right, now let's come to advantages. We're back. Yeah, advantages. Right. Oh, advantages. What do we talk? Which advantages? The advantages of good workshop layout. Now we're talking about good workshop layout. The advantage of having good workshop layout. If you want to have good workshop layout, right? Or good workshop planning may include the following. Which one? Where is the point? A good workshop layout or workshop plan. Layout is sort of here. Plan and layout, it's one and the same thing, guys. Sort of there's a relationship between those two. So a good workshop layout can cut down on wasted movement and handling time. Also can save time, can count. You see, good workshop layout can cut down on wasted movement. People they want to walk long distance. There are machines there, there are stratas there, there are many things. Just 1, 2, 3, there are machines. So the production is fast, it's being pushed fast. So time, you see, there's a time management. Right. Second point, this increase the profit. Why? Of the enterprise by keeping the production cost and time spent to a minimum. What the man is saying, the profits will increases due to what? Due to the fact there is more production that is pushed in the little time, or in the when we're talking about in a short period of time, there's plenty production that has been pushed. Then obvious you'll get paid imagine pushing production, putting production, maybe every hour there's a lot of production that is being pushed, so you'll get enough money. If you sell less, you'll get less. If you sell lot, you'll get lot. So there's no excuse about it, and then there's no turning back. It's either what you put in is what you get out. It's the same thing. It's the same producer. It's the same producer, same procedure as if you work on no pain, no gain. So one in the same thing, but now here you don't have, there's not that pain of what, of working hard, but it's the pain of working smart, that your production is there. You've sacrificed to buy machines, you've sacrificed to buy a technological system that will help you to promote your things very fast. Right, so yeah, better quality, yeah, better quality of goods, ran and then produced at a fast rate. You've hired your manufacturer engineers here. Everything is good. Your good is better. But remember, you have a proper planning. You've hired your manufacturer engineers here. They check your material that is needed. They produce fast everything. The rate there, since the machines and labors are used, are more effective. They are not tired. Like they don't have to walk long distance, but they are just active. Then they'll put more work there. You see, they are happy then. They will work and you'll have some production there. And it contains we'll have a tight workshop. Gangways mean the risk of accidents is kept at the minimum. So simply can say a tight workshop will result as a reduction in accident risk, or can write also that this is the point, but I'm just explaining, I'm breaking this fair down. Right, workers have great job satisfaction. Your worker will be satisfied, they are happy. That means if you are satisfied, that means you are happy. Workers will have great job, they will enjoy your job due to the better working condition. Their life is not at risk. They will be happy to work on your workshop. They will always there putting some CV. They will be happy. They will do nice stuff there. So higher cash turnover results from high stock return due to better machine usage. Okay, goods are delivered properly to customer and cash payment may increase. Right, now everything is according. We have some cashiers, we have everything in nicely. We have hired enough cashiers. Oh, everything is improved in there. It's in the fast paced. Is much easy to control and to supervise the labor force. Right, so this, since there's no traffic there, have you seen to control a traffic is how painful it is. People, they are a lot other, like, yo, it's something else. But if everything is aligned, it's a proper planning, everyone is working nicely there, everything like tidy, everything, there's not too much of traffic there. You can easily supervise those people, can manage them so easy. Right, that is a nice point also. Those are nice points. The enterprise may cut labor costs due to the high increased production of work production. Right, supply money can be used to set up bonus scheme for what workers, improve the psychological, physiological health of the workers due to reduced working distance. Yes, in some cases, was carrying material and tight working environment. Some they suffer with sinus. If your place is nicely, we have planned your workshop, we have dust abstractors or reducers there. People won't have like their health is safe right on your workshop if you have a good. This is the advantage of good workshop layout or good workshop planning. Here, maybe if you want that, what does it mean psychologically? Here we have psychological relation to mental and emotional state being. Stock 10, how frequent stock is sold and replaced. Psychological, or this is psychological, this is a physiological related to body and to its function. You see, automation use of machine in workshop. Note those notes. It's easy to make program and produce changes. See, those are notes. These are points. These are nice points, guys. So yeah. Yes. All right. Here and remember, this was what advantages. So I have the simplified advantages again. Here are the simplified one against of workshop advantage of good workshop layout. Here I have them again. Like let me zoom in. Advantage of good workshop layout as follow. You keep production cost and products time to minimum, reduced in time there minimum. So we've discussed about this. It's a nice point, simplified point. Continue. Contains here the workshop produce product of better quality faster and more efficiently through better use of machine labor, time and space. Simplified, it is easy to control and to supervise labor force. Simplified, work have greater job satisfaction because worker conditions are safer and more pleasant. Simplified, you can make program production change is simplified. Right, so we know now what we have there. Right, this is what we have. This is what we have. Before we come here, we have some things you see here. We're talking about principles of good layout. It's 1.4. Before we go, we come there. Okay, 1.4 principles of good layout. Let me try and zoom in here. I have some nice thing here to discuss. Principles of layouts. To obtain the advantage described above, you should plan the layout of a workshop to comply with a certain basic principle or criteria. Let us consider the following principles. Flexible layout. You must provide for future changes in layout and production, right? Plan your workshop so that it can be adaptive for changes in production and expanded for manufacture for new production, right? So coordinate service. You need good coordinate between the various section for examples, ensuring manufacture section, maintaining section, and dispatch. All of this, right, guys? All of this is what will take accessible of service and maintenance. You need to plan for service and maintenance point to be close at hand. Place your service point and supply roads for lubrication, all those things, electricity, water. Yeah, see, those are part. Clean, clean transport. Obvious, you must desire transport roads and easy in your workshop to be clean, visible. Make this road clean so that workers and transport can move around safety. Optimum use of space. Optimum use of space mean to the best use of space. Okay, fine. We've discussed about that. Optimum, as you can see, this is the factors. Optimum use of space, clean transport roads, things you must consider, accessibility of service, and maintenance point. Talking about electricity and stuff, then water, coordinate service. So, here another important things. There's ones the importance, disadvantages. Surely they might ask you about the disadvantages. Even though it is beneficial to have a good workshop layout, there are several challenges may result. Anything, remember, everything has a disadvantages and advantages in this world. I don't know about you, but it's what I know. It's what everything has advantage and disadvantage. Jeez, right. Even to love too much, it has disadvantage while you love too much. So you'll understand that. Uh, an enterprise may need to lay off some of its workers due to improved work productivity. Though this is a disadvantage. Disadvantages of good. Now we're talking about disadvantages of good, even though we want our workshop to be good. But the more it's getting good, there will be a disadvantage. Imagine here, it's example, the enterprise may need to lay off some of workers due to improve workers' product. Imagine now this will go. The more you improve, unemployment rate might this must result as retrench. Remember, you've bought now machines. The laborers will lose job. The more you buy, the more full machines. Few people, and if you buy machines, few laborers will be required. Only those who can control those machines and those who will fix them, finish and clear. So that is the another problem again. The more you increase the it's what we are facing now. The more technology increases, the chances of us imagine there will be robots as time goes by. Like example on the farmers, there are some machines there, good stratas. They even harvest. They even some of them they are those who even planting. Before all those things supposed to be people who are doing all of those jobs, but now the production, the good workshop layout is being improved. Then some of the laborers will lose their job. This will result to unemployment rate, even though it is good. This other effects that we might face as disadvantages of a good one. Of a good stuff, right? What do we have again here, guys? When an enterprise become more prosperous and efficient, there is an increase in risk of what automation. This may result in the worker lacking job security. As you see, this is what I've explained. When the enterprise become more prosperous and efficient, there's an increased risk of automation. So robots, they will take place. People will lose their job. So this is a nice point also. Yeah, due to program and production changes, and enterprise may need to cater for employee training expenses. See, so yeah, these are disadvantages. Since this is improved, you need to train more. Remember, if you want your improvement, you must train. You must, example, you must take people. You must hire apprentice and internship workers. People who will be trained as an will take apprentice on your company. You improve them. Then some of them you hire them. They will participate as apprentice so that they'll be qualified, because you want the proper staff there on your workshop. People that are supposed to work there, they must be qualified. They must do a proper work, because you work, what you are doing is a proper workshop. You need smoothing. Due to that, you lose more money for doing that. That the every person that you give him or her training, it has some expenses. You have to cover giving that person a stipend every month. You see, that is why something else also, that thing of apprentice. Okay, right. Increased overall efficiency in the workshop may result in overproduction. In overproduction, manufactured goods. Some of these goods may end up being sold at low price. Good. That is another point. If you make a lot, imagine you are selling quarters. Then your quarters, let's say your quarter, you prepare them before people buying them, but you put them on the microwave. If those quotas, if maybe this week you are used that you receive, let's say example, per week 100 people they are buying, then you decide to make 100 because you know, or 120 for example, 120 quotas. If this week unfortunately only 20 people will arrive, so you're supposed to reduce this thing because they will get rotten. Even the production, the value there, the guarantee, if they stay long, check the things of the value, the guarantee. They're supposed not to sell those things because you are losing. You're supposed to pay rent. If there is no profit, there is no income, it's something else. Then you'll end up sacrificing and you lose money. Maintenance costs are much lower in a workshop with a good workshop layout, since maintenance is done more regularly, right? Maintenance is costly and much lower in a workshop with a good workshop labor, since maintenance is done regular, right? This is good. Factor 3, must check now. Number 3, we'll be focusing the factors to consider in designing of a workshop layout. Now we're talking about design. How you design. How can you, when you're designing your shoes, you want it to be longer, to be taller, to be shorter, to be bigger, for an example. Similarly, we're sorry about that. If you are doing this, you're supposed to have a design there that you want. So different workout have different requirement. Thus, factors that needs to be considered when designing differ from one workshop to another. Some of the factors to consider includes type of production. Type of production, it's whether your workshop will be big or small. It's the type of production. What are you going to sell there? Are you going to deal with massive goods or lighter goods? Types of production. We'll discuss about type of production. Whether it is a mass, bench, or individual, we'll discuss about this. These are 3 types. Optimum flow rate for types of production. See, the volume of work that will be dealt with, how This is a production. The production. This is fall under. This correspond with this. Will depend. The volume of work will be dealt. Will depend whether it's in individual, bunch, or mass. So yes, the inspection requirements to be met for by the enterprise inspection. You have to inspect, oh, this is good, oh, this is nice. All this you check by inspecting. These are proper goods. Do people like to buy these things? Let's say you are selling flowers. Maybe you have your different types of flower. Do How many people will love to bake? How many people will love this type of flower? Let's say now you're selling cars. How many people will love this type of car? How many people love diesel car, petrol car, electrical car? You check the factor. Is being influenced by the region. Is influenced by a region, right? It is influenced by the region. So here again we have the requirement to be used in the workshop. The equipment. So the equipment to be used in shop. You have to buy those things. You check what is needed there. So principles. This question they will be asked in the exam as it is. They will write principles of state 10 principles of good workshop. Most says state 10. What I know when I did mechanotechnics, for me I was encountering 10. They were asking 10, if I'm not mistaken. 10 principles of good workshop. Supposed to know 10 by heart. But this is a matter of logic, guys. So just bear with me here. To have a good workshop layout, the following principle must be followed. A layout must be flexible to flow, so to allow for future changes in production by the enterprise. Okay. Remember, as times goes by, remember we're in the technologies involving. What you are doing must be flexible to align with the involving of technology. What you are selling within the enterprise must be flexible enough to align with the evolution that you are in. Hence, now we're in for revolution, right? So we must, what you are building, like cars, will have electrical cars and what you must. If you have you specialize on manufacturing diesel cars or petrol, you must also simultaneously know how. You must expand. You must learn. You must learn how to manufacture electrical cars so that you'll fit with the requirements of the involvement, right? Between coordinations between the various sections of the workshop must be optimum, right? Maintenance point, service points such as those for electricity and water should be within easy to reach. We've talked about this. Water must be accessible and easily so, right? Transport road, honestly, gangways should be clean, well, and lit at all time. Transportations, even all your machines must be always clean and neatly. Space should not be wasted. If it is possible, vertical space should be used to the maximum. Manage space as far as possible. A space must be managed as far as possible. Minimum traveling of workers and material should be considered. Right. This will save time. Alright. You should make sure there is a minimum handling of material and products. Right. Allow activities should flow in the same direction. So so as to limit congestion, to limit traffic. There must be excellence there, proper alignment. Goods must follow one another. One path there, nice path. Everything must be in line. Hygiene standard, which is very important, should be met. Hygiene all the time. For example, fresh air and sunlight should be allowed in, right? For healthy purposes there. The safety of workers should be guaranteed all time, right? The company should provide safety wear such as overall goggles and safety shoes to prevent accident, fires possible, and injuries that might take place. Simplified one. We're talking about principles of good workshop. Here are simplified one. Simplified notes. You can write them on the exam. Principle of good workshop. You can write them. Here you can just say flexibility of layout. First point, coordination of service. Simplified to get your marks, 10 points. Flexibility of layout, coordinate of service. Remember, this is the one and the same thing. I've simplified. This is a simplified this is a simplified form, simplified notes. You can write this on your paper, in your exam question paper, if you want them to be simplified. Accessibility of service. Remember, this is the one that accessibility of service and maintenance point. As you can see, we've talked about that here. Coordinates between what maintenance point. As you can see, all these things. But now that one, this is not more simplified. They are too long, these points. So here are simplified one. You can write these ones on your exam. Flexibility of layout, coordination of service, accessibility of service and maintenance point, transport roles, optimum use of space, you see, minimizing traveling distance of staff and material, nice, minimum handling of material, one-way flow of material and production, working condition. Remember, it's when you're talking about hygiene, you just simplify this. Safety of workers and security of equipment. These are simplified. We've simplified all of these. We've simplified it. All of this has been simplified. We've simplified all of this in the nice man. All of this is simplified. But here, these are simply nice. Simplified nicely so. As you can see, very fast you finish your exam. This you see is 10 points. You must know these 10 points, guys. They will ask you this, and your question paper will be written 10 factors. They will say 10 factors should be considered in the design of the workshop layout. They will require 10. As you can see, they have provided the simplified one, 10. You can see we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If you can know this 10, you're good to go. So this was the unit 1.2, 1.1. So guys, I will stop here. On the next coming session, I will talk about production, type of production. Here we'll discuss about types of production. Right, they will be talking about mass, bench, what, all of those. We'll discuss. You Just subscribe if you've not subscribed. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and click that notification button so that you'll be notified whenever I post a new video. Right? If you have your parada there at home or someone that you know, tell that person that there is Mr. Fluid Mechanics. Mr. Fluid, tell him to check the channel that is written Mr. Fluid, right? Mechanics. Yeah, right. It's offering Mr. Fluid Mechanics URL, or you can share the link to that person. It's offering nice stuff. There's strength of material. You see Mechanotechnics N5, N6, Fluid Mechanics N5, and all of those. Just send him the link, then you'll see my YouTube channel and tell that person to subscribe. So all the best, guys. Thank you for watching, by the way. Let me see you when you see me on the next comment section.